Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. This is going to be games I recently completed video. Or maybe not so recently completed, because a lot of these games I completed like months and months ago, so a lot of these are going to be like very vague. Because a lot of these I can hardly remember anything about, to be honest, since it's been a few months. And a lot of these games just not been too enjoyable. Some of them have been decent, but a lot of them have just been, I don't know, a bit average in my opinion. So a lot of them I'll forget quite a lot about. So let's get on with the game, shall we? So there's a bit of a mixture here. There's PS3 games, PS2 games, an Xbox 360 game, no PS1 games. I don't really have like many PS1 games that I've not played through already, and the ones that I haven't played through, I'm not really that like interested in playing through them at the moment. So I don't know, maybe I need to get some new PS1 games like, I know, Soul Reaver, because I hear that's a really good game. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. But yeah, I've not really got around to getting that, but I hear really good things about it. So maybe at some point. But yeah, anyway guys, we'll get on with the first game. I'm not going to like show them in any particular order, I'm just going to, show them in any order, a bit more erratic. So the first one is Batman Arkham Origins, and there's people like talking outside, so I hope we can't hear them on camera. It's a little bit distracting, but yeah, Batman Arkham Origins. So yeah, I was a massive fan of Batman Arkham Asylum, the first game. That was a really good game. It's coming from someone that's not really like big into like superheroes and stuff. I've never seen a Batman film. Obviously I've heard of Batman or the story behind Batman and stuff, but yeah, I'm just not really big like superhero fan. But yeah, I loved the first game. It really blew me away. But obviously I've played through Arkham City, and I don't know. I liked it at the beginning. But I just feel like the lack of like Harley Quinn and the Joker really like downgraded the game for me, because that was one of the things I loved about the first game was the characters, like Scarecrow, Harley Quinn, the Joker, Poison Ivy, Crocodile Guy, Killer Croc. That's the one. Yeah, actually great, great characters, great boss fights, and the second game for me just kind of lacked that. I liked Penguin or Copperpot or whatever you call him. I do like him. But yeah, just the lack of the Joker and that really let the game down. And this is obviously the first game, really. It's like the origins of Batman, so it's like before he even met the Joker. So that was a little bit interesting. Again, for me, just the lack of like the Joker and Harley Quinn just kind of, again, just didn't really like captivate me as much as like the first game. And again, it just seemed to like drag on and on and on. It didn't drag on as much as like the second game. And I think the second game was like a lot longer, but I don't know, for me it was average. I'm sorry for Batman Arkham fans, but for me this was just really average. Not really a game that I'd probably go back to. Even the second game, I don't even know if I'd go back to that game. But Asylum, I'd probably go back to it because that game was just so fun. So yeah, Arkham Origins is not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know, if it just didn't draw me in like the first game. I need to get Arkham Knight at some point. I've seen that for like £6 on the PS4, so I need to get around to that and see how that plays out. So, but to be honest, I've not got like too high hopes. I'm expecting more or less the same kind of thing as like Arkham City and stuff. Exploring the city and that, which is cool. But I loved how confined the Asylum was. It was great, really great. We'll go on to another mediocre PS3 game, in my opinion. And that was Prince of Persia. Yes, this was the first Prince of Persia game on PS3. As for the Prince of Persia series, I'm not like massively into it. I think The Sands of Time was a good game, or a decent game, and I also liked the Forgotten Sands as well. I didn't like the second game, Warrior Revenge. I did not like that game. The navigation was so bad. But I hear quite a lot of good things about the third game, Two Thrones, so I'll give that a shot at some point. I'll skip the second game. It was too annoying for me. And as for this game, it just got really repetitive. Just not really like an interesting game in my opinion at all. So this was obviously like the cell shaded graphics game, which I like. I do like cell shaded graphics. It looks really cool. The environments do look quite cool. The prince was alright, I guess, and so was the female character. They were alright together. Their dialogue was alright. And yeah, But the thing I didn't like about this game is you have to like to progress. You have to like collect so many of these like sphere things. Like they're kind of like glowing spheres. Like they're kind of like stars, but they're not stars, I guess. But I don't know. You have to like collect so many of them to like progress. So I cannot remember what they're called, but they're like just like little white like orb things. You have to like collect so many of them to like progress, and trying to get some of them was really annoying. You had to like do some awkward platforming. And I don't know, for me it just kinda, it slowed the pace of the game down. The combat wasn't that great at all, in my opinion. Loved the combat in Forgotten Sands. I thought it was really, really good. Even like Prince of Persia, like the Sands of Time, in my opinion, it was kinda like repetitive in like the combat, but I did love the Prince and Farah in that game, and the environments were really, really good in that game as well. But yeah, easily, well, I would say it's probably better than the second game, but I still didn't like this very much. I'll show you the, yeah, that's the proper cover. This is like the steelbook. So yeah, I completed it. I struggled my way through it just for the fact that I just wasn't enjoying it. It was easy enough to play through because you can't actually die. You know, if you like, I don't know, like fall off a platform, like the female character just like revives you straight away. So there's like no like loss if you die. So I don't know, for me it was a little bit pointless in that way, but yeah, Prince of Persia, guys, the cel-shaded game, don't really like it very much, so yeah, another very average game. Prefer Batman Origins to that. So let's go on to something a lot more positive. This game really blew me away. This game was so bloody fun. Yeah, it's another like series that's really like mixed in my opinion. Some games I really like, some games I didn't. Or should I say one game I really liked, and now I can add this to the games that I really like in this series as well. And that is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Yeah, this game, I expected to like it because this game got a lot of praise, so I did expect to like it, but I liked it even more than I thought I would. This game was so blooming good. The best game since the second game. Second game will still always be my favourite, I think, because, you know, I love Ezio de Auditore Firenze. Amazing character. There's just something about that game, like the story, the characters. Really loved the second game. And then they ruined it with the third game. I did not like Connor. Connor was just boring. Like, as he got older, he did get a little bit better, but most of the time I just found the character, like, annoying and boring, you know? But I like Haytham Kenway. I thought he was a better character in Assassin's Creed 3, you know? So in this game, the assassin you play as is Edward. And in my opinion, really likeable character. Again, easily the most likeable assassin since Ezio, you know? Sorry, people are making noise again. But yeah, and for me it just helps, you know? Maybe I don't like Assassin's Creed 3, maybe I would have liked it more if I liked Connor as a character, but I didn't. Maybe that was like one of the things I didn't like about Assassin's Creed 3, maybe that's what dragged the game down for me. But, you know, in this that you play, like say, he plays Edward, and just from the get-go, I liked him, like, from the get-go. Really likeable character, and as the game went on, he just got even more likeable. A bit of a badass with, you know, a sense of humour as well. So, yeah, really good character, in my opinion. And the gameplay is just so blooming good. Beautiful world. You know, those water effects. So good. I love water effects in games, so yeah, the water just looks absolutely amazing. I love the boat combat, I think's improved as well. Obviously going around in your pirate ship with your crewmates singing like pirate songs and stuff. Really blooming good stuff. You know, so much, you know, to enjoy about this game. Like I say, big open world, lots of side activities you can do as well. I don't even know how long I've spent in this game. I'd probably say it's close to like 20 hours. Because I did get quite a lot, you know, a lot of side stuff done as well. So I did get a little bit distracted with that because it was just so enjoyable. I just didn't want the game to end. Yeah, Black Flag, amazing game, guys. Definitely recommend this one. Yeah, even if you've not played Assassin's Creed game, I definitely recommend giving this one a shot. It's pretty cheap nowadays. This was actually a launch game, which was actually been a good game to get a launch for me. But at that time I wasn't really too familiar with the Assassin's Creed series, so I decided to pass on it and get like Killzone Shadowfall, and obviously I got FIFA and I got Need for Speed Rivals. But yeah, Killzone Shadowfall, big mistake that was. I should have got this game instead. But how was that to know, guys? But yeah, great game, like I say, amazing game. Definitely recommend this one. Second best Assassin's Creed game, in my opinion. Okay, now we go on to an Xbox 360 game that's taken me probably almost a year to play through. And for good reason. This game's got like so much content. It's a really long game. I've not even like done like half the side stuff, you know. I've just done like the main stuff in the game. And that is Forza Motorsport 3. Yeah, this game's just absolutely amazing. Really good stuff. I don't know like how many hours I've like put into the game, but it must be a hell of a lot. And that is only like say the main championships. I've reached the highest like driver level, and completed the biggest world championship, basically the highest ranked world championship. But there's like so many side tournaments. It'd probably take you like almost 100 hours or something. There's so much content in this game. And this game's what blooming Gran Turismo's lacking nowadays. It puts like new Gran Turismo games to shame. Because like for me, Gran Turismo 5 and 6 were just boring. You know, for me, I just got bored of those games really, really quickly. And as for GT Sport, online requirement, why? Why would they do that for Gran Turismo? So yeah, I think they patched it so it doesn't require like to be online now, but the damage is already done, man. Well, man, you made your bed, lie in it. But yeah, this game was tremendous. You know, this is what what new Gran Turismo games should be like. This is so blooming good. So this game's got 400 different cars. So that's, in my opinion, a lot of different cars. Considering like you can upgrade the cars, you can change the colour, you can put patterns on the cars and stuff. There's a lot of stuff like customization you can do. So that's really blooming cool, in my opinion. This game's it's just a blast to play through. You know, it's really good stuff. You know, yeah, it's probably my favourite Xbox 360 game. I'd go so far to say that this game was so blooming good. I need to get some of the other ones like Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport 2. Play through those games. But yeah, they've got a lot to live up to because this is fantastic, really good game. So yeah, I'm probably going to go back to it every now and again just to play it because like I say, it's just so fun to play. So yeah, Forza Motorsport 3, amazing game, and yeah, definitely recommend if you've got an Xbox 360 or PC. Okay, so let's bring down the tone a little bit because this is probably going to be like a slightly unpopular opinion maybe, because I think people really like this game. So yeah, I really liked the original game. I thought the original version was a really, really good game. It really blew me away. It had great environments. It had it had a lot of charm, personality. This kind of lacked a little bit. It was still a decent game, but I don't know. It just didn't live up to the expectations for me. And that was Rayman 2 Revolution, which is the middle game. Yeah, so Rayman 2 Revolution, obviously it's a remake of Rayman 2, for PS1, which I would say I really, really liked that game. It had so much charm, personality, had amazing level design. And this, they kind of tried to step it up a little bit. The voice acting's improved, but it just lacks something. It lacks the charm and personality of the first game. I prefer the voice acting in that game. And I also prefer the way in Rayman 2, the way you go to levels. It's basically just like a main menu. You complete a level, you go to the next level on the menu, basically. I prefer platformers like that. I'm not really a big fan of wandering around like an open environment. The only exception to that I would say was good was Spyro. Spyro 1, 2 and 3. Obviously you're in like a home world and you go through levels that way. But for me it was easy enough to go around and stuff. It wasn't difficult to know where you're going, basically. And I suppose in this it wasn't too difficult. It just had a lot of backtracking in certain points. It was, I don't know, it kind of dragged the game down a little bit for me. But I don't know, it was just lacking something. Like I say, not a bad game. It's a decent game. It was just not really. I guess maybe I had too much of high hopes or high expectations for the game, maybe. But yeah, as for what I would play through Rayman 2 every day of the week, in my opinion. So yeah, Rayman Revolution, it was alright. Okay, yeah. It's just something lacking. I don't know, guys. I don't know. There's just something lacking. And you guys are gonna hate me when I say I like this game more than that game. And that is The Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. Another unpopular opinion coming in. Because this, my friends, It's the best Spyro game on PS2. Yeah, best Spyro game on PS2. It's better than Heroes Tale, it's better than Enter the Dragonfly. Because I still think Enter the Dragonfly was better than Heroes Tale, but again, that's another unpopular opinion, so yeah, I don't want this whole video just to be unpopular opinions. But yeah guys, I really loved this game. This game was beautiful, you know. Just like you can probably see from the screenshots, such a beautiful game. It really was. But I like the combat. The combat for me was really good. If you can go into this game not expecting a classic Spyro game, you should enjoy this game. You know, it's more like a beat 'em up kind of game, you know, but it's just so blooming good, you know. Obviously you got your fire breath, bubble breath, freeze breath. I think there was another breath as well, but thunder. I think there was a thunder breath as well. But yeah, this game for me was just really good. I liked the combat, I loved the environments, the boss fights were decent enough. Also the music in this game as well, really good stuff. Especially like the main menu music and also the music when you're fighting Cinder. Really good soundtracks in my opinion. Especially the Cinder boss fight. It's kind of like vocals, like opera kind of vocals I guess. It was, I don't know, it was kind of like something you expect from like The Omen or something, but I thought it was really blooming cool. I really like it. But yeah, like I say, the combat just works well. I really enjoyed the game. The game's like a 5-6 hour long game, so yeah, it just flies by for me. So yeah guys, to be honest, I've not really got much negative to say about this game. I thought this game it surprised me. Because I went into this game not expecting much, you know. I thought I would probably dislike it, but I liked it, you know. I thought it was amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting more of the, you know, Legend of Spyro games. I've got Dawn the Dragon on PS3, which again looks stunning. But I hear a lot of mixed reviews about that game. I hear a lot of mixed reviews about this game as well, so I've kind of got a little bit more of a, you know, high hopes for the next games. So I need to get Eternal Night as well at some point. So yeah, guys, hate me if you want, but I liked this game. I thought this game was great, you know. So yeah, hate's gonna come my way, I'm sure. So I started a game that I've not played through for quite a few years, and you know, I played through that, and I also played through a horror game that I've never played through before. So that was an interesting experience, but we'll get to that later on. But the one that I played through for the first time since, like say, probably like 3 or 4 years. And to be honest, I think this could be my favourite game in the series now. I really love this game. So blooming good. It's really hard to choose between the original game and this game because they're both really good games. And that was Dead Space 2. Yeah, this game, this tremendous guy. Really good horror game. Like I say, when I first played through this game, I did say that I loved the game. But I always said that the first game was probably my favourite one. But no, I don't know. I think I do prefer this one slightly. I do prefer like how like they gave like the character like a voice and stuff. Because that was one of the things I didn't like about the first game. The main character Isaac was like a silent protagonist. It didn't like show any emotion apart from like one time in the game, and like you could see him like shaking his head, but he never like talked throughout the whole game, which was crazy. And like I say, they gave him a voice in this, which I thought was good because I really like, you know, his voice actor. I thought his voice actor did a good job. I really like ended up liking the character of Isaac, and I liked the female character as well. Ellie, amazing character. She like got like an Australian accent. She's kind of like a badass kind of character. Really liked her as a, you know, as a side character. Really good stuff. I thought the dialogue between Ellie and Isaac was really good. And Strauss, like this woman, this crazy guy. Like this guy, like he's like hearing voices and stuff, and, like seeing things. He's just one of those like unpredictable characters. You don't know what he's up to next. Really crazy stuff. So yeah, I love Strauss as well. He's an amazing character. Just like the locations in that in this game, I love, especially like my favourite part of this game is when you're going through a nursery, and always like baby aliens come after you and stuff, and like they explode, and it's really blooming creepy because you hear like children's like nursery rhymes and stuff, like, you know, like the little toys that like play like the little tunes and things, and like the nursery. It's so blooming creepy, guys. Like the bosses and that I thought were really good as well. Final boss for me wasn't that great. I prefer like the final boss in like the first game, and this I didn't really like it too much. But yeah, overall, just with the environments and that, in my opinion, have definitely improved on the first game. I don't really know why I didn't say that the first time I played for the game, but yeah, I loved it. It got quite difficult towards the end as well, but yeah, it was so fun. It was just such an enjoyable game. So yeah, Dead Space 2, I think I completed this in 4 settings, which is quite good for me. Usually it takes me quite a while to complete a game, so I usually play it for an hour at a time, but I played this one for multiple hours at a time, because this was great, So yeah, Dead Space 2, you can probably tell, nothing but praise for that game. So yeah, awesome game. And the new horror game that I played through was a bit of a disappointment. I didn't really like this game too much at all. It had promise, it had a good start, it had great, the monsters and that themselves looked really, really good and creepy, especially the bosses were pretty damn sinister looking. But I don't know, the game it felt like a drag. I didn't enjoy the puzzles. It was a letdown in the end. See, it had so much promise with the environments and that, especially at the beginning, they were really, really good. But it was painfully average in the end. And that was their Silent Hill Homecoming. So if you know me, guys, you'll maybe know that the only Silent Hill game I've ever played is the second game. And I played through that and I loved it. That game was so good. It had interesting puzzles, it had great story, great characters, great, monster design. It was just a great, game overall. It was the complete package for a horror game. And like I say, this, I knew it wasn't going to have the characters and personality of the second game, but I thought at least it'll have good environments, which it did have. It might have a slightly interesting story, which I think it did kind of have. I mean, it wasn't a terrible story, but it wasn't really a story that really drew me in either. One of the main things for me was the combat. The combat was so awkward. I mean, I don't even think the combat was good in Silent Hill 2, especially when you compare it to Resident Evil games. But I kind of got used to it. I kind of enjoyed it in the end. But the combat in this game it felt awkward throughout the whole game. I never adjusted to it. It always felt awkward and just not fun. It wasn't fun. That was one of the main things about the game. It wasn't fun to kill these monsters, which it should have been. Because at least in Silent Hill 2, it was satisfying to kill the monsters, But yeah, it's just lacking something, Because the puzzles weren't good, the characters were kind of average. The guy you play as, I guess, was alright. Was it Jack? No, Alex. See, I forgot his name. Yeah, Alex. He was an alright main character, but as for the side characters, they weren't interesting to me at all. For me, the highlight of this game was one of the boss fights. The design of this boss was so creepy. I'm not gonna lie, it creeped me out. I don't really get creeped out too much in horror games, but that proper creeped me out. It was like a mannequin, but it turned into a spider. So it was like this giant spider mannequin thing. Oh my god. I might even, I'm gonna put a picture somewhere. I'm gonna put a picture there, right? I've got to show you guys if you haven't seen it already. This is so blooming creepy. This is the stuff nightmares are made of. It's seriously. I'm blooming scared of spiders in general, but combine a spider with a mannequin, I'm not scared of mannequins, but a spider mannequin? That's some sinister stuff right there. Get that out there. Get it away. So that was a good boss fight, just for the way it looked. It's still controlled awkwardly, but it was a good boss fight just because it was creepy. I mean, even the music to go with it was kind of these weird, creepy vocals, and then there was a bit where it sounds like someone's slamming a piano. So it was a really, really good soundtrack. It really fit that boss fight in my opinion. But yeah, apart from that, I just don't have much else to say about it, guys. It had some things that felt like Silent Hill. Obviously, you've got the creepy nurses, which are obviously a staple in the Silent Hill games. Yeah, just apart from that, just a very, very average, forgettable and awkward game to play, just because of how bad the combat is, But anyway guys, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Yeah, let me know what you think of any of these games, guys, and yeah, I will catch you all in the next video. Hopefully I'll try and do these more regular, try not to build up such a a big backlog, and then maybe I can talk about the games more, because a lot of these are kind of vague in my mind, so kind of hard to talk about them. So anyway guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will catch you all later. See you guys, thanks for watching.